How to collect data from a list into groups based on condition. Not sure how to title this question. I've run into a few situations where I have a list of data, maybe annotated with some property, and I want to collect them into groups. For example, maybe I have a file like this. And I want to group each set of readings, splitting them on a condition, in this case, an event happening, so that I end up with a structure like. In its generic form, it is, look for a condition, collect the data until that condition is true again, repeat. Right now, I do something like. Which produces what I want, but it's ugly and hard to understand. I'm fairly certain there has to be a better way. My guess is that it involves some itertools wizardry, but I'm new to itertools and can't quite wrap my head around all of it. Thanks. Update. I've actually gone with Steve Jessup's answer with a grouper class. Here's what I'm doing. And then using it like. And then to turn it into a dictionary I do. Which gives.
You can use the fact that functions in Python have state. This grouper function serves the same purpose as DSM's accumulate fn line for line in a S1. Then if you need it. To allow for concurrent use, you need a new grouper function object each time you use it, so that it has its own count. You might find it simpler to make it a class.
With itertools.grouply, you can easily group things based on a key, like event in line. So, as a first step, of course this doesn't put the events together with their values. I suspect you really don't want the events together with their values, but would actually prefer to have a dictive event column, values, or a list of event values. In which case you're nearly done. For example, to get that dict, just use the grouper recipe, or zip, E to groups, to group into pairs, then use a dict comprehension to map either k, v in those pairs to next k column list v. On the other hand, if you really do want them together, it's the same steps, but with a list of, next k, plus list v, at the end. However, if you don't actually understand grouply well enough to turn that description into code, you should probably write something you do understand. And that's not too hard. Yes, it's 7 lines, condensable to 4 with some tricks, instead of 3, condensable to 1 by nesting comprehensions in an ugly way, but 7 lines you understand and can debug are more useful than 3 lines of magic. When you iterate the generator created by this function, it gives you lists of lines like this. This will print. If you want a list instead of an generator, so you can index it, or iterate over it twice, you can do the same thing you do to turn any other iterable into a list.
I doubt it tools, or collections, can make it clearer than this, unless the exact pattern is implemented in there somewhere.
Two things I notice. You always have a current event. Since the first line is an event, you always append the line to the current event, so the event itself is always current_event 0.
So you can skip the checking for if you have a current event, and you don't have to special case creating it either. Additionally, since the current event is always the last one, we can just use a negative index to jump straight to it.
I wish tools had a function which did what you wanted. For entertainment value, in modern Python you could do something like which gives. But to be honest, I'd probably do what Abanet did.